Hello folks, welcome back to Malcare Talks. Today the hype train continues with something very special, and that is the hype train tag. Yes folks, we are going to be chatting about some questions that I have put together that I am going to answer, and then I'm going to ask some other people to answer as well, and they in turn will ask others, and so on and so forth. And hopefully we get loads of people starting to talk about these things and get a bit of hype building for season 2 of The Wheel of Time. But before we get into that, if you are new to the channel, please make sure to like the video. It really helps out. And also, if you're not subscribed, please go and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you know when I drop a video. I do a range of things here, but mostly Wheel of Time content. That's what my name is about, and that's what I do here. But while we're waiting on Season 2, I have some fun and I do reactions to other things, so please come out and check out the channel if you are new. And if you are coming back, you're a regular, thank you so much, I love you, and I hope you enjoy this hype train tag. Okay, so let's crack into the first question in the hype train tag, and that is, what is your favorite episode from Season 1? For me, this is a no-brainer. It's episode number 7. Not just because of that incredible cold open of the Blood Snow, but also just the way that the story develops. I love the ways, I think visually, that was just incredible. Was it perfect? No, of course not, but it was something I really enjoyed. I felt it was a very realistic way to put those feelings and sensations and the darkness on screen. You know, they got through the end pretty quick, but, you know, I love the ways. I also love that we get the reveal of who the Dragon Reborn is in this episode, and some of the way the characters interact. And yeah, it's a real good setup for the last episode for me, and it's my favorite of all of them. Next up, folks, for your second question in the hype train tag, we're asking you, who's your favorite character from Season 1? So, you know, there are a lot of characters in there. This question in particular was inspired by a recent poll done on whatseries.com on their Twitter accounts, a whole bracket system about who was the favorite character from Season 1. And, this was tough. This was tough for me to pick. I love Lan. Nynaeve was awesome. Moraine was killing it. But I think I'm going to have to go Matt. Even though he was only there really for the first 6 episodes, I think Matt's character, just the whole twist with his story and his parents and family, it spoke to me so much about his journey throughout the books, and I absolutely loved it. I think that Barney Harris nailed it. I'm sorry to see him go. I'm excited to see Donal come in and take over and see what he can do with the part. But yeah, Matt was my favorite character in Season 1. All right, third question in the hype train tag, and that is, what is your favorite piece of dialogue from Season 1? Now this was, I thought, something that was hilarious to put in, because often a favorite piece of dialogue doesn't come from your favorite character. And people have a different dialogue, things they love about dialogue, for different reasons. So for me, personally, my favorite piece of dialogue from Season 1 is the moment between Lan and Nynaeve where he turns around to her when she tries to stab him and be like, "Oh, you actually tried to kill me, didn't you?" I believe I probably got that wrong, but just the way that Daniel Haney delivers that line and the way that it's basically flirting between the two of them is just brilliant. It made me laugh when I watched it, and it makes me laugh every time I watch it since. So yeah, that is my favorite piece of dialogue from Season 1. What's yours? All right, question 4 in the hype train tag, and that is, which character did you end up loving that you didn't expect to love so much? Now, we all love to hate characters and we hate to love characters, and there are characters that we love in the TV show because we love them in the books, and there's ones I'm sure we'll hate in the TV show because we hated them in the books. But there's bound to be a few characters out there that you love that you didn't expect you were going to love, and I want to know who they are. Who is it for me? Well, I've got to say, there were some great choices to have here. Eamon Valda, I have to say, was my pick. I was like, just the way that part was delivered was just beautiful. It was creepy, it was scary, it was powerful, it was delicious, as I've often used to describe the acting there. And I think, especially for someone who really I last saw in any way, shape or form playing Colin Frizzle's best friend in Love Actually, just perfect. Just absolutely perfect. I'm excited to see what we get from him and Valda going on. So yeah, even though he's a shitty person and a shitty character in terms of what he does, he was portrayed beautifully, and I love the portrayal of him. And yeah, so I'm digging Eamon Valda because he's actually a badass White Cloak. So I hope for more of that, but I still hope they lose, obviously. Alright folks, no tag set of questions would be complete without one about costumes. So please, tell me, who had the best outfit in Season 1? Are you drawn by long cloaks? Are you drawn by fluffy blankets that are like basically coats? Are you drawn by big shoulder pads? You know, I have gone on record and said I don't enjoy Swan's headpiece that's in the behind-the-scenes trailer that we got, but whose outfit did I like best in Season 1? Oh, people are going to hate me here. I love the White Cloak outfits. I really do. I think if you're going to be, you know, that type of organization with that outlook, you're going to call yourself the White Cloak. Well, they call themselves the Children of the Light, but they get known as White Cloaks because of what they wear. And the armor's white. It's just, yeah, it all just really, really works. That looks like something that, you know, they can go out and kick ass in, but also then march in and look real impressive at parade. And I'm just absolutely loving it. The shoulder piece, Wheel of Time's all about shoulder pads, apparently, in some way, shape, or form. And the White Cloaks want it there. God. Am I a secret White Cloak lover? No. No, I just appreciate what we've seen in the TV show so far. Alright folks, question 6 in the Hype Train tag, and that is, who portrayed their character the best and why? So, this time I want you to do a little comparison of the actors' performances to the characters they're portraying from the books. Now, obviously, it's not going to be word for word perfect. There's adaptations going on. That has to happen. That's a thing that I believe in, I think is vital, and also fits in with the theology of the Wheel of Time turning around and having small changes every time. But who, for me, portrayed the core of their character the best? And there were so many good choices you could have here. So many good choices. What does my gut say? You know what? I think I'm going to have to go with Lan. Yes, I think Daniel Henney portrayed Lan the best out of... They were all pretty good. This is a tough choice. I've asked myself a hard question here. I'm sure other people will agree this is a tough question. Why do I think Daniel Henney has played Lan the best? He has a lot of Lan's characteristics. He's very stoic. He is softly spoken. He is powerful. He's moving swiftly in battles, and he's very decisive. But there is that guarded side to him. We get it throughout the series where he doesn't want to reveal things. He has the vulnerability. And I think that is a part of Lan. It's a part of Lan we don't see until later in the books. It's a part that Nynaeve brings out. But Robert Jordan wrote Lan. He's kind of inhuman at the beginning. And Daniel Henney still plays Lan in a very inhuman way. Like standoffish, powerful, stoic, mysterious. Can do things where you're like, wow, how did he manage that? But I think at the appropriate times, he shows a Lan level of emotion and conscience and understanding and empathy. So I'm gonna say Daniel Henney. That is my pick for this question. Tough question. Alright folks, next up, tell us about a moment that unexpectedly made you laugh or cry in Season 1. I'm going to go back to a previous question on this one because I don't think I expected to laugh at sword point flirting. So Lan and Nynaeve, when she turns up at the beginning of episode 3, and he's like, "Oh, you actually tried to kill me. You actually tried it." It made me laugh. And I've said earlier, it makes me laugh every time I watch it, think about it. So, but that was not expected. I didn't expect the two of them to like tussle swords or barbs or anything, whether physical or verbal, and expect to find it quite so funny. Especially for a moment that wasn't in the books, but is in the TV show. So, was there one that made me cry though? I have to say Alvaro Morte, when he's being taken away in the tower and he's screaming at Swan, the emotion there, I wouldn't say it made me cry, but I definitely felt something. Alvaro played that with a huge level of dedication, very committed to that moment, and that came through. And it's I wouldn't say it made me cry, but it definitely moved me for his situation. So yeah, but yeah, the laughing one, it was very funny. Next up, you need to be telling me which moment was the best homage to the books. So, there's many things they changed, and there's many things they kept the same. But what was the best homage to the books that I have seen from season 1? So, I mean, I agree with this however, you do or don't, but I'm going to say it's the whole scene in the village with Rand and Matt and Dana. I think that those collections of moments really summed up the journey that Matt and Rand go on in the story, through all the villages, meeting the innkeepers. You had chase scenes, you had unexpected dark friends, you had people being killed, like knives and things like that. Yes, it's also the introduction of Tom, and that doesn't fit in with where Tom comes in the books. But that moment, it felt like they'd been on a journey for a long time, and then it switched to being a month later. So it kind of just set up being like, okay, so this is what their path is going to be like. And I think it was a great way to take all of that journey, all of those stops, the way Matt behaves. You can see the difference very clearly between the end of that scene and the beginning of them arriving at Tar Valon. And I think it was a very, very good way to give homage to that journey without taking up half an episode. Which, if they're 3-hour-long episodes, I'm sure we would have loved. But, we had to fit it into an hour, and we had to be, we had to cut things. And I think that was a great way to give homage to that moment in their journey whilst not taking up a shed load of very precious screen time. But people may not like that because there's a lot about that's not in the books, really, if you think about it. But it pays homage to the spine, the core of that moment, that journey. So don't shoot me for that. We got a few more questions. This is the last one about season 1, and then I got a couple about season 2. So this one it could have a gimme, but I gave it a condition. So here's your last one for season 1. Aside from the blood snow, what was your favorite cold open? So I recently did a video on this where I ranked my cold opens. So I have an answer for this very quickly, but you may not. So please take some time to think. Obviously blood snow is the number 1. I will fight you. I will die on that hill. Please hop in the comments and tell me I'm wrong. I dare you. But please tell me, what was your second favorite cold open of season 1? Mine's very easy. I mentioned it in that video, and it is Logain's cold open. I just think Alvaro Morte plays that part incredibly. I think it demonstrates the madness incredibly, and just the danger and the power that he possesses. And then when you see him captured by the Aes Sedai, just on the journey, and then in Tar Valon afterwards, just all those differences for his character. It's a beautiful setup for those moments, and I love that cold open. So easy one for me. Okay, folks, 2 questions now for season 2 on the Hype Train tag. And your first one, hopefully, isn't too tough to pick from. Please tell me, what was the best moment in the behind-the-scenes footage of season 2? Best moment for me had to be the scene where Uno and other compatriots are on their knees in front of the Shan-Shan. And it has just sparked this debate and concern and controversy that Uno will die in season 2. Which, I don't want Uno to die in season 2. I don't think he's going to die in season 2, but I just love that it's like, we love Uno so much. Please don't let him die. So that was kind of like the best moment for me. At the time, was it the best moment? Probably not. But on reflection now, 6 months later, this is where I am at. And I love that I'm there. So, but what was your favorite moment, folks? Okay, your last question for the Hype Train tag. And that is, which new actor are you most excited to see on screen? And you have 3 choices, folks. So you can pick Ciara Coveney, you can have Donal Finn, or you can have Ayoola Smart, playing Elaine, Matt, and Avi Ender, respectively. Who are you most excited to see? You can't pick anyone else. You have to pick one of these 3. I have to say, I'm excited to see Ciara. Just her Instagram posts, it's like she's been living Elaine life the whole time. I mean, I've loved what I've read about Donal. especially what Bain and she had said when she went to see him in a play. I love seeing Ayoola down in London when she was playing at playing at the Bush Theatre, doing Paradise Now. But Ceara, I don't know. I'm not a massive Elaine fan. I don't dislike her, but she's not like, top tier on my list. But I'm excited to see what she does with the part, and I'm kind of hoping we're going to end up a situation where, do you know what, I didn't love Elaine before, but now because of Ciara's portrayal, I kind of love Elaine. So I'm sure all three of them are going to rock the parts, but I'm kind of excited to see what she does with that there. So, and that's it, folks. Those are all the questions for the Hype Train tag. Now, the end of the Hype Train tag, whenever you do one of these, you have to nominate some people to do it as well. Otherwise, it's just you, which is fine. But I'm going to nominate 3 people now to give this a go, and hopefully they dive in and have some fun. There are so many people to pick from. Obviously, I couldn't pick everybody. So if I don't mention you, it's not because I don't want you to do it. In fact, even if I don't mention you or no one mentioned you, please go and give it a go. Tag me in your comment section so I know you've done it, and then I will go and watch and give you my thoughts on what you said, because I'd love to hear what you say. But the first 3 people that I'm going to ask to give this a go, first up I'm going to ask my friend Jen, Lesbian Nerdy. So please go and give this a go, Jen. I know you love doing various SWAT videos and you love giving your opinions, and you have great opinions, so I'm excited to see what you come up with there. Next up, I'm going to nominate Critter XD. Go give this a go. You could probably turn this into a series of TikToks, but do it as a YouTube video. Do it on the Wheel and Chill show with Tavern and Winespring. Have some fun like that. But give it a go, please, Critter. And lastly, I would like to nominate my friends over at Dragon Mounts. I'm sure they could enjoy getting together, 2 or 3 of them on screen debating this. Who knows? But those are my 3 nominations. If you want to give this a go and you're not one of these 3, by all means, please do tag me so that I know and I can come and check out your video and watch it, because I'd love to hear what you think. And that's it, folks. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I look forward to seeing what you all come up with. But remember, if you have enjoyed this, please like the video, put down a comment below where you think I may have gone wrong or where you think you agree with me. And please make sure that if you're not already to subscribe to the channel. If you want to support me here, the best way to do that is on Patreon. I love all my Patreon members. Thank you so much for all the support. I wouldn't be able to do what I do without you. And if you want to support me in other ways, there are multiple ways. Just check out the description of the video. It's all there. And thank you so much, folks. Until next time, may you always find love, water, and shade.